It's a little cooler, a few less leaves on the trees, and it gets dark much earlier. Yes, fall is upon us. Thanks for tuning in to Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. I'm your host, Bill Polinick, and I'm glad to be sharing the next 29 and a half minutes with you. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you, or even inform you if you don't already know, that you can stay on top of the latest activities, forums, seminars, and more from CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson by following them on Facebook. Shanna, Taya, and the rest of the staff do a fabulous job of posting very useful information on a regular basis as to what's happening there. We're so fortunate, so very blessed to live in a community with such a vibrant healthcare organization such as CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. The staff there really does care about all of us in western North Dakota. We're here on Main Street in Belfield, North Dakota, home to the all-new RJD Visual Art Studio. This is the brainchild of a very passionate artist by the name of Rhoda Dutchuk. From her humble beginnings, she fell in love with visuals, whether it be photographs or work that she created on canvas with her own two hands. We have an amazing conversation, which we are about to share with you. My favorite part of visiting with Rhoda is her answer to my question pertaining to why there is a hyphen in the word heart in her logo. Her answer gave me chills. It is beautiful, and you'll hear that answer coming up on the program. She has a very warm and wonderful personality that will draw you in. She's proud of the work she creates. She's proud of her family, her culture, and her love of God. And you can acquire her photography skills and services. Rhoda Dutchuk of RJD Visual Art Studio in Belfield, North Dakota, is our guest today here on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. Our show starts right now. CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson presents Western Edge Living.
Western Edge Living.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Pretzel lovers, the Thirsty Pretzel, located inside the Wurst shop in Dickinson, features 8 flavors of pretzels, with more to come. Choose from honey mustard, French onion, dill pickle, and more. And gluten-free pretzels are available. The Thirsty Pretzel also has granola, caramel crunch mix, and snack mix. Various quantities and gift boxes are available, and they deliver to Dickinson businesses. Find the Thirsty Pretzel on Facebook, call 701-590-1499, or stop in at the Wurst shop. The Thirsty Pretzel. Medora Boot and Western Wear in the heart of historic Medora. Open 10 to 5 every day, but closed Tuesdays. Boot is their middle name, and they have over 1,500 pairs of boots in stock for all ages and sizes. They also have the all-new Higher Boot with many new styles, Western clothes, belts, caps, hats, and more, including a great line of toys and Longhorn wall decor. Medora Boot and Western Wear for the cowboy and cowgirl in you.
Medora Boot and Western Wear.
At Pancheros, we put a lot of work into building every burrito to last for about 10 minutes. Pancheros, come build your better. At Pancheros, every tortilla starts as a small ball of dough, then it's fresh pressed to perfection. That's just how we dough it. Pancheros, come build your better.
And we are back on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. So glad you tuned in today. We appreciate that very, very much. If I can toot my own horn for just a second here, one of the abilities, one of the personal things that I have that assist me in doing this job, hosting this TV show, is a natural curiosity about people. And with that, I also have the ability to find optimism and the good things about people. And our next guest epitomizes that. It is Rhoda Dutchuk with RJD Visual Art Studio in Belfield.
Bill.
Hello, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for doing this. I appreciate you coming in today and visiting
Absolutely.
with us. Yeah. And if you weren't doing this today, what would you be doing?
Well, I would be at the studio either editing some of my work, photography work, or I'm painting.
Okay, we're going to get to that here in just a bit. And
Okay.
that is a wonderful new business in Belfield. And where did you grow up, Rhoda? Where go to grade school and high school and all that?
Born and raised in Gallup, New Mexico,
Okay.
off the reservation. High school, I grew up in boarding schools, public schools.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where I'm from.
What
yeah.
was life like growing up in New Mexico on the Navajo reservation?
Yes, sir. There were times where it was rough,
Mm-hmm.
times where I miss it. There are times where I absolutely am so grateful for growing up on the reservation with no electricity, running water, transportation. Allows me to stay humble in my way of life today.
It's funny you mention that because you mentioned a conference you went to in Reno recently, and you used the word humility. So being humble and humility is something that has been instilled in you since you were a young girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think it's just because my family, they didn't come from money, poor. So I am very grateful today for what I have. And so I think it allows me not to think about it in a way that, life is very important, even in where I grew up, experiencing the poverty and just starving sometimes, and then comparing to what I have today. It's a night and day difference, and I don't take it for granted whatsoever. And I try to instill that into my children as well.
Did you have siblings?
I do. I have, there's 7 of us all together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Six girls and 1 boy.
Mm-hmm.
Our little brother was the youngest of the 7 of us, and he's gone. But the rest of us are, we're very close.
Okay.
Very close.
What part of the country are they in? Scattered all over the country? Or are they?
No, I have 2 older sisters living in Belfield.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
yes, and 3 still in New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What did your parents do when you were growing up? Did they work outside the reservation, or?
No, I come from a broken family, a dysfunctional family. So
Okay.
there was a lot of alcohol involved, abuse, and so my family basically survived in the way that they knew how.
Mm-hmm.
No steady jobs or anything like that. So.
Rhoda, we haven't known each other that long, but one of the first things that I learned about you, outside of your creativeness and your ability to capture a wonderful image, is your love of God. And hearing
Yes.
how you grew up, I'm thinking that was what gave you the strength to continue on. Am I
You're
pretty much
absolutely
right on?
correct. I truly believe he was at my side day in and day out growing up on the reservation.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through a lot of turmoil and heartache, and I really do believe that he protected me along my journey.
And he
as well
continues
as my
to do so.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he I was recently baptized in February, gave my life
really?
back to Christ. Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
That
Thank
feels
you.
great, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Then a young man came into your life. How did, first of all, we should mention that Rhoda's husband, Nate, you've probably dined at his wonderful facility, their wonderful facility, Burley's Steakhouse in Belfield. How did Nate come into your life?
I used to work for an oil company. I was a sales representative for McJunk and Redman, and he was a supervisor for the company that he worked with, and basically met through that.
Okay.
So.
And gosh, you people are so busy in
Yes.
Belfield. You've got 2 businesses that you run, basically, right? There's
3.
James Oil Well Service.
Yes, James Oil Well Service. Yep.
And does Nate own that? Is he,
Yes, he
okay,
does.
he owns that, and you own the steakhouse as well.
Yes.
Wow, how do you keep all the balls in the air on that?
We have reliable employees, tremendous people. Can't do it without them. Couldn't do it without them. So we are tremendously grateful for the individuals. I don't know if I can say names.
Sure, go
but,
right ahead.
For as far as James Oil Well Service with Rick and Shiloh and Shane and Aaron, and I mean they're just very,
Can I
very
add
good
some?
people.
Jesse,
Yes.
Jackie.
Yes, and then for Burley's, we have Ashley, we have Jesse and Jackie and Nadia. They just are very dedicated to their work.
You know, I mentioned 2 businesses in Belfield. I should edit that to 3 because you have opened an art studio on Main Street of Belfield, North Dakota.
Yes,
Wow.
I did.
How exciting is that?
It's very exciting. It's my baby, basically. I love photography and I love painting, so why not have a place to go to, you know, each day and do the things that I love to do.
Let's talk about
So-
that. How did that your love of art and your creative side? How did you get in touch with that? And at what age were you when you said, "Hey, I love photography. I love painting"?
Well, I owe it to my father's family, and my mother. Each side, they have their talents as well in painting, silversmithing, jewelry making, rug weaving. So I think it's safe to say that I got a little bit of that
How old
from
were you
either
when
side.
you first
So
started?
I discovered that I can draw in middle school.
Okay.
And I liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. I dabbled in different medias as far as that goes, like charcoal, pastels, acrylic painting. So I mean, I absolutely love it.
I think Native American art is just so beautiful, and an observance from a non-artist type person.
Yeah.
The colors and of the Navajo people, the pastels and things, the Southwest design, those colors just draw you in, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. What is your take on that? What can you tell me about the colors that you like to use, based on your culture and things and your background?
I really think that there's color in everything. I mean, of course there's the culture, and then there's the sky, you know, the North Dakota sunsets and sunrises, and it's everywhere. How can you not enjoy and just take in the vast, beautiful colors? So I take it, I absolutely love it, and I just take it and I just put it on a canvas or a piece of paper. And as far as the photography side, I'm usually the one behind the camera when it comes to family portraits. So it's just something I like to do.
Yeah, we went to your
And-
Facebook page, and you have done quite a few family portraits. Is that your
Yes.
thing you like most with the camera? Is I know I allude to the Cup family and what you did for them, their pictorial, and you put music behind it, and
Yes.
you get a certain amount of satisfaction in presenting families like that.
I do. Just having that soft music just to kind of engage people, you know, engage people to want to look at my work, or just get some families out there, and it's not just family. I mean, there's kids, there's senior photography, there's wildlife, there's landscape. I mean, I can't help but say that there's beauty in everything and in everyone. So
Yes, and the liaison between wildlife and your background and your culture, there's a deep respect, mutual respect, isn't there? Between animals and the human side?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it comes to my my Navajo culture, we pray to Father Sky, Mother Earth, and honestly, since I am a Christian now, it's God is who I praise, and I am thankful to Him for the beautiful sky, Mother Nature, and that's just how I see it. So.
Okay, wonderful. We are visiting with Rhoda Dutchuk with RJD Visual Art Studios in Belfield, and you can acquire her services. We're going to talk more about her business, about her facility, and more as we continue the conversation here on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
I got 2 home runs.
You got 2 jacks.
And then my grand slam, I signed the ball for you.
Okay.
And it says, Papa, I love you.
Why did you do that?
Because you taught me everything about baseball.
I'm so sweet.
The Wurst Shop in Dickinson, the best darn sausage in town. Their products are backed by 6 generations of authentic German ancestry, meaning they are as they have been for hundreds of years. Folks come from near and far to enjoy their steaks, hamburgers, country-style sausage, and much more, including seasonings, cheese, and of course, Coogan. The Wurst Shop features a great atmosphere to enjoy and absorb as you browse. Stop by Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 to 4. The best darn sausage in town and more, all at the Wurst Shop. Medora Boot and Western Wear in the heart of historic Medora. Open 10 to 5 every day, but closed Tuesdays. Boot is their middle name, and they have over 1,500 pairs of boots in stock for all ages and sizes. They also have the all-new Higher Boot with many new styles, Western clothes, belts, caps, hats, and more, including a great line of toys and Longhorn wall decor. Medora Boot and Western Wear for the cowboy and cowgirl in you.
Medora boot and Western wear.
At Pancheros, we put a lot of work into building every burrito to last for about 10 minutes. Pancheros. Come build your better. At Pancheros, every tortilla starts as a small ball of dough. Then it's fresh pressed to perfection. That's just how we do it. Pancheros. Come build your better.
Service Pro Express Lube, now open on East Villar Dickinson. Gets your vehicle serviced quickly and you're back on the road in no time. No appointment required. You don't even get out of your vehicle. They utilize Service Pro oil, the only oil produced and refined in the U.S., and it meets or exceeds vehicle manufacturer requirements. Plus, they top off all fluids and perform multi-point inspections. It's part of what's offered at Service Pro Express Lube. Students looking for a part-time gig? Inquire at Service Pro Express Lube. Ask about the Scholarship Incentive Program. Service Pro Express Lube, East Villar Dickinson, next to Lucky's.
We are visiting with Rhoda Dutchuk with RJD Visual Art Studios in Belfield, and there used to be a hair place on Main Street in Belfield. Bonnell O'Brien, she decided she'd ran her course with her business, and you purchased the building, and now you've got a beautiful art studio. How has it help you to do what you do as far as your creativity, to have a facility such as that?
Well, I started in my home, and working with canvases, they were taking up a lot of space in my house. So having a building to display my paintings, my artwork, it's just, I don't know, it's just a little place for me to go.
An extension of yourself, isn't it?
Yes, it's my home away from home.
Yeah, you like going there?
absolutely
Is
do.
that your happy place?
Yes, it is. Yes. I'm currently working on a few other canvases, and then also some photography sessions as well. So
Okay.
one thing is a challenge for me right now is to figure out how to utilize my time on the art gallery side of my business versus the photography side.
How
So-
do you balance that out? Funny you say that, because that was going to be my next question. How do you balance that out between photography and painting?
Well, so far, just starting out, I have a little bit of time to slip away from the photography side to jump in and on the art gallery side and continue my work that I had, put off for a little bit. Or it's a balancing act,
Okay.
basically. So it's a work in progress.
Let's talk about your painting. Before we met, before I knew who you were, before I even knew Nate very well, going into Burley's, those murals that are on the wall in the back of the
Yes.
Badlands and things, you did all those too, don't you? I bet you get a lot of compliments on that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. It's definitely it's a hidden gem, the restaurant. I've heard from a lot of customers, and we can't get enough of the North Dakota sunset. So why not bring that inside, displayed in a rustic style, romantic setting? So.
Well, now that I've gotten to know you in the past 20 minutes or so, I can see where there's some of those Navajo pastels that we talked about
Yes.
intertwined with the colors in the Badlands that are probably there anyway. We just hadn't noticed them until you brought them out, right?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I don't know. It's just I look at the sky and it just.
It comes to you naturally.
Yeah, I guess so.
God takes your hands and shows you how to get it on a
And
canvas.
I am very grateful for that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, wonderful. Something else that I've observed in preparing for this interview, I went to your Facebook page and I saw a couple videos, all right?
Yeah.
You know where this is going, don't you?
I sure do.
Tell me what inspired you. First, who's Bobby Ross? He's that guy that I think is on
Well,
public television.
yes, it's Bob Ross.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was another thing growing up on the reservation. We didn't have television, but we did have a little TV that we wanted to get to work so badly as children. And so my uncles, they hooked the TV to a car battery.
Oh, really?
And that's how we were able to get television. And it was black and white. It was very grainy and cloudy, couldn't see hardly anything. But I remember watching Bob Ross on that little black and white TV. And I think it was his hair that intrigued me more than anything at the moment, but I was very young. But over the years, I got to know Bob Ross and just the talent that he has.
And he's been satired quite often, quite
Yes,
a bit, and
and-
that's a good thing. I mean, it shows how large a scope that he's reached people. So
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I believe he mastered it in oil painting versus acrylic, which is what I do. So he was just very positive, very optimistic, and just happy. And I gravitated toward his techniques in painting and his personality. And so, why not?
It's
So-
a wonderful bit. Go to the RJD Visual Art Studio Facebook page. Scroll down a little ways, and you'll see Rhoda as Bobby
Ross, yes.
And then there's another video that you've done where you were chasing wildlife. You had a lot of fun putting that together. That's what I know about you. You like to have fun, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
You know, what's happiness without a little humor, you know? Some days I just get this inkling to just go out there and do something fun and figure out how I can, put laughter in other people. So, it was just a spare of the moment idea, and it was just me. I had some free time.
And a skunk. There's a skunk
And
involved,
there
I think.
was, yes, he was roadkill. He was absolutely there and good and dead. But yes, so that was fun.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's on her Facebook page as well. You got to check that video out too. I know we've shown clips on the show today, but watch it in its entirety on on her Facebook page. You know, another thing that I saw on your Facebook page is I don't know if it's your logo or what, but it says "Believe in your heart," but heart is spelled HE-ART. Art.
Yes.
Explain.
There's two ways of. I think there's two part of me in that slogan.
Okay.
Believe in He, God, and my art. You know, I believe in both of them. So they.
And trying
They
to
are
figure
who-
that out, I went to the deep end, and I should have went to the shallow end because it is so spot on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
Thank you.
I love that so much, and that's something that you created. That shows me that you have a sense of who you are, doesn't it? What
Yes.
did you say?
Absolutely.
Good for
I
you,
truly
Rhoda.
believe that. Yes. Thank
Some
you.
people spend their whole entire lives trying to figure out who they are, and
Mm-hmm.
here you are, and with things like that, just little things that make a big difference.
I believe that. Yep.
Wow. What somebody going to your Facebook page or watching this interview, you want to acquire your services to do a family portrait or things? What's the process? How does that work? Do they just contact you and run it by you, or you got your
You
Facebook
can reach
page?
out. They can reach out to me on Facebook. They can do a private message, or I have my phone number on Facebook as well that they can reach out to me via text or a phone call.
Okay.
That's what I have currently.
All right, and
Or email. I do have an email address.
okay.
So
It's all on your Facebook page.
yes, it is.
All right, and children, adults, anybody that has an idea, they can just run it by you, and you
Yes.
take it from there.
And I do
Awesome.
also want to add to the art gallery side. I am beginning of 2025. I will be holding some painting classes
Oh, really?
for families to come and
Oh,
have
okay.
fun, just to get away from their from the house or whatever, and we can just do a quick little painting, or want to do a couples painting class where they get to paint each other but they can't see each other's work until the end.
Fun. Look
So,
at you. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Those are my plans so far in the future.
Okay,
so.
we'll keep an eye on your Facebook
Yes.
page.
Yes.
And we'll get more details when it's available.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
all right. Anything that, any question I haven't asked that you think our viewers should know today, or have we covered anything as far as what you expected out of this show today? Anything like that?
No, I'm just very grateful to be sitting here and just to talk a little bit about my new business, and I hope that you come out to see me sometime. And my gallery is open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, so there is no entry fee to come in and take a look around. So
And your art is on display, as we
my
mentioned,
art
at
is on
Burley's?
display, yes, and I do take commission work. So, yeah.
Great. You know, Rhoda, one of my favorite interviewers is Dan Rather, and he asks a question to some of his people that he interviews, who are you? But I don't have to ask you that, because your little slogan, HE-art, says it all. You believe in God, and you are an artist, and you are a good one. And
Thank you.
I have really enjoyed our visit, and I want to do this again.
Thank you.
All right, Rhoda
I would love
Dutchuk.
to. Thank you so much
You
for
bet.
having me.
Rhoda Dutchuk with RJD Visual Art Studio in Belfield. Find her on Facebook. Stop by the art gallery and just visit with a wonderful, wonderful lady. I'm Wild Bill. Thank you so much for watching Western Edge Living, presented by CHI, St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
Western Edge Living.